Let's move on to main topic number 4. And our fourth main topic today gets sent in to us from our friend Jonathan W., who writes, "Hi, John. Love this show." Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thanks for all you do. I was late to The Office and have been binging it. Oh, God, I love The Office so much. It's hilarious. Most of my laughs are because of the show is just great, but also because there are things they say that I can't see how they could get away with without offending someone. Can they get away with the same humor, or do you think they'll change it? And if they do change it, do you think it'll actually work? Thank you. All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, Jonathan. And for those of you who might be behind a day or two on what's going on, you know, NBC Universal, Peacock, has their streaming service coming out, right? We already know Battlestar Galactica is going to be one of those shows. We already know a brand new Saved by the Bell is going to be one of the shows. But one of the executives said that they really are targeting and that they want to do is a relaunch of The Office. They want to get The Office going again, not a reboot, but a relaunch. Get the gang back together again and do a relaunch of The Office, which to me is like opening up the heavens and going, I would love that. I would love that. Now, what's interesting is one of the questions that I've had coming in, not just from you, Jonathan W., but also I've had this come in on open mics and things like that as well, has been the question of, in a politically correct environment, can a show like The Office even work today? You know, they did a lot of stuff on The Office that was really uncomfortable in all the best ways. And that was really pushing the boundaries and really kind of edgy and all that kind of stuff. And that's true. Can you, I've had a lot of people asking me, do that sort of humor that is in the DNA of The Office? Can you do that in today's environment? To which my reply is, are you under the mistaken impression that The Office was done in 1982? Perhaps that it was done in 1979? Or hell, that it was done in 1989? This was a show that was on air just a few years ago. Like, lest we forget, the political environment today, at least as far as PC culture and all that kind of stuff goes, is not all that different from what it was 6 or 7 years ago, which is when The Office was on, by the way. And the thing is, it is the way that The Office handled that material that was so utterly brilliant and always made us feel so brilliantly uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. There are many times in The Office that Michael Scott does something that makes me so uncomfortable, I literally have to get up and walk out of the room. But I mean that in all of the most awesome ways. It's like, oh my God, like Scott's Tots. Oh my God. Scott's Tots. I get so uncomfortable. I get so uncomfortable that there are so many. I've seen that episode like 6 or 7 times. At least 5 times out of those, I've had to get up and walk out of the room until certain scenes were done because it's so uncomfortable. But I mean that in the best possible way. It's not just what they did on the show, it's how they did it. That was hilarious, yet profound, insightful, yet wacky. It was all of that at once. Like, as much as The Office comes across as a slapstick sort of show, there is incredible intelligence behind each and every episode and each and every gag that they do. And again, my answer to what a lot of people are asking, could you even do a show like that in today's culture, is this show was just on a few years ago. And everybody was complaining, oh, this culture, this was like 7 years ago. This is such a PC culture, can't do anything. And yet that's when The Office was on. So my answer to that is, look, we don't know if they're going to actually get around to doing The Office. I don't think this executive is going to talk about it publicly unless they already know they're going to do it. But can you do it and maintain the DNA of the show? I absolutely believe you can. I absolutely 100% believe you can. This was not a show from the mid-1980s. This was just a few years ago, and things have not changed that much. So I would say yes. Question is, what do you guys think? Do you think you could still do The Office today and still maintain that key DNA of the show that it used to have that made it so popular? Or do you think that times really have changed a lot in just a couple of years, and no, the things you did on The Office just a few years ago, you couldn't do today? I think they can. What do you think? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.